In this episode of Teach Me Something, Howard Tager of Ylopo teaches Long about creating passive income streams through real estate.
I basically, at the end of the day, just write checks and then receive checks. That's it. That's all I do.
Welcome to Teach Me Something, where our experts have 2 minutes to teach something new. I'm your host, Jesse Zagorsky. Meet Long Doan. Long knows a lot about everything, but specifically real estate and leadership. Long has sold thousands of houses, but there's one thing you should know about him. Every day, he is committed to learning something new. And if he doesn't learn something new, he has to read a book for at least 20 minutes. Long loves to learn, but he hates reading books. Well, that's not totally true, but you get the idea. And Long has a short attention span, because his brain is always thinking, which is why our contestants only have 2 minutes. Let's see if Long can learn something new on Teach Me Something.
Hey guys, Howard Tager here. I get the question all the time. What the heck is Ylopo?
Howard Tager is an entrepreneur, investor, and the CEO of Ylopo.
We're going to do all the digital marketing. We're going to generate a ton of social media leads.
He has an impressive track record with real estate technology, digital marketing, and investments.
We want them in your branded search site that we've created for you. This is your fishbowl.
With a focus on company growth, business development, online marketing, and strategic planning.
Save time, save money, automate things, make your life easier, and close more deals.
So Howard, we've got 2 minutes for you to teach Long something. I'm going to click start on the timer in a second, and you can show us where you are and what we're talking about. We're talking, what is this, multi-unit housing, right? Is that what we're talking about?
We're talking about, creating passive income streams through real estate.
I love it. All right, we're going to hit 2 minutes on the timer, starting now.
Awesome. So Long, I know that you've heard a lot about building up a passive income stream. So you're not always just going commission after commission after commission, right? At some point, it'd be nice to be earning money while you're out golfing. Because I know, Long, that you love golf, right? So we're going to talk about investing in multi-unit housing apartments, right? Which is a real sort of passion project for me. And it's how I built up a massive passive income stream where I basically, at the end of the day, just write checks and then receive checks. That's it. That's all I do. But there's a lot more to it. So normally when I hear real estate agents and brokers talking about it, they really end up talking about like buying single family homes and then renting them out, or maybe buying a small duplex or fourplex and then renting them out. And it's not passive. Like that's super active. Like Long, that's going to take up a lot of your time. And then you could be out here on this golf course, and I know how much you love golf. And then all of a sudden, your maintenance guy quits, your property manager is screwing up, you got to go and fix toilets and all this kind of stuff. And it's just a lot of headache, right? It's not truly passive. And if it's truly passive, then you can spend your time doing what you do great, which is build your brokerage and then work in your golf game. So now, how do you kind of get rolling in that? Well, my suggestion is to start small with small amounts that you're not going to worry about losing. And how would you do that? Well, you can go to, there's any number of sites, but you can go to a website like realtymogul.com. And there's a bunch of other sites. So you can see who competes with Google, who competes with them, and I'm not affiliated with them. And then you can get into some big apartment complexes, 300, 400 unit apartment complexes, and write a $1,000 check and you're in. But you're going to be schooling yourself about learning about reading the presentations, reading the financials, seeing how things go. And then you're going to want to then learn about it, get good at it, see what works, see what doesn't work. And then you're going to want to leverage your network. Talk to as many big hitters, wealthy people as possible, because wealthy folks invest in multi-unit housing. Just open up your all your contacts, keep networking. Friends of theirs might know people who invest, right? And then what you want to do is find amazing syndicators, people with amazing track records. Find friends who have invested with others who are always doing new projects. And at that point, then you're going to write bigger checks. You might write a $25,000 check. You might write a $50,000 check. But again, the key thing is to find people who had amazing track records. And this is going to be really, really way better returns than you can get anywhere else. No one's paying interest these days. You can get 10, 12, 15% returns without having to do any work. right? Because someone else is running the project. You're just part of the LPs, the limited partners. And this is by far the way to go because there's no time, right? The other thing is it's going to be super tax efficient. So if you're making 10% on a multi-unit housing investment, you're probably making more like 15% taxable equivalent. So you always want to compare. It's not just what you make, but it's what you keep. So if you're making 15% straight income somewhere else, you're going to pay full tax on it. You make 10% on the apartments, it's equivalent to making 15% somewhere else. That's what you need to do, man. And then you'll be golfing for the rest of your life.
Have you heard Howard talk about this before?
Yes, I've heard bits and pieces before, but I've definitely learned something today. I know he has a whole deck, actually. I think he shared with other people because Howard loves to share all the secrets and help people around him also have a great life. So maybe we can get that deck or that link or something on this episode, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Howard, I mean, you have a track record of growing multiple real estate tech companies. I mean, this is different than what most people know you for. So when you talk about, how did you get into this property investing?
So it was late 2009, sort of early 2010. A couple of friends of mine came to me and said, look, there's this guy, and this guy is like this amazing, apartment syndicator. This guy specialized in Section 8 housing. He's got it nailed down. And our friends have been investing and making a pile of money, and let's go invest with him because we know him. And I said, well, what's the minimum? And they said the minimum was $50,000. And I said, that's too much. I'm not risking $50,000 on a guy, that I don't know. And like he could be another Bernie Madoff, right? And juicing the returns. So I said, guys, let's just form an LLC, the three of us, right? Howard, Mark, and Gil. We'll form HMG Capital, Howard, Mark, Gil. And we'll put in 16,667 each. Don't have to write the $50,000 check. And I'll risk that. I didn't want to risk the 50, right? We did it. And then all of a sudden, every quarter was Christmas. Like just massive returns. And we're like, oh, we got hooked. I want more of this. And we did more of it and more of it, more of it. And then we turned that into, a lot of money, millions. We now manage millions, but we don't manage it. Like, it's just like, and the trick was we never spent the money. All the rent money that came out, all the refinance money that happens, we don't spend it. We pour it back in, so it keeps growing. It's a long-term passive investment plan.
Very cool. Very cool. Long, you have questions?
Yeah, I want in on the next deal, Howard.
You're in, baby. You're in. You're in the inner circle.
I love it. So Long, I always got to know, did you learn something?
I do not have to read tonight. I always learn something from Howard, so I already knew I won't have to read tonight.
I love it. Howard, this is awesome. Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. See ya.
Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.